Well, let's look at maybe the best evidence we have is the actual screenshot. Can you put the screenshot up on the screen? Let's look at what the text message said.
Hey guys, at a House Oversight Committee hearing today, Representative Jim Jordan, he's a Republican from Ohio, he grills FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell over the response to hurricanes in the southeast U.S. I think you're going to find this clip very revealing.
Jordan. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Administrator Criswell, is Miss Washington lying to us?
Miss Washington has...
She said it's common practice. You said it's reprehensible and isolated. Both statements can't be true. So someone's not giving us the facts. And I'm kind of trying to figure out who's not telling the truth.
The actions that Miss Washington took were unacceptable.
Well, you had another employee. Now, they remain anonymous, but I think one of my colleagues pointed this out earlier. A FEMA official who spoke on condition of anonymity said Miss Washington likely received, quote, very clear guidance from her supervisors. Is that not that person lying too?
I have not received any evidence outside of the screenshot that Miss Washington directed.
So those two people are wrong. They're not telling the truth to us.
We are currently investigating this.
But that's not what you said. You said this is isolated, reprehensible, hasn't happened. This is the only time. And they're saying, nope, 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 it's commonplace. I
am saying that FEMA's mission is to help all people.
Well, let's look at maybe the best evidence we have is the actual screenshot. Can you put the screenshot up on the screen? Let's look at what the text message said. The text message said, implement best practices. Like, this is the best practices. We're going to implement them. And they talk about making sure you're going in pairs or with more than one person, avoid the Trump homes, drink your water, take your towel, coconut waters. So stay hydrated, walk with someone else, and don't go to the Trump homes. It seems pretty common and matter of fact in the actual evidence we do have, the text message itself. But you're still saying Miss Washington and this other person aren't telling the truth.
When I received this text message, it was not in accordance with the way we conduct business at FEMA, and I directed
even though it said best practices, even though it said stay hydrated, which everyone would agree with, even though it said go in pairs, which everyone would agree with, even though it said bring a towel, make sure you're covered. I mean, it said coconut water is the best way to stay, even though it said all those practical things, the part about avoiding the Trump homes, that's not a best practice, that's not commonplace. Is that what you're saying?
That is nowhere in our policy, and I can't speak to
I'm not saying it's in your policy
behind what Miss Washington did.
But it was okay. Now, and her supervisor, this Mr. Hershey, have you talked to him and to find out if he knew this was happening?
I understand that he was in her chain of command, and this is under investigation.
Have you talked to there's 13 people on this text message. Have you talked to all 13 of those individuals?
This incident is under investigation.
That's not what I asked you. I know it's under investigation. We know how investigations work when it's done inside the agency. It takes forever. I'm asking, did you talk to the 13 people on this best practices text message?
The Office of Professional Responsibility has taken this, and they are following appropriate protocol to investigate.
Is the Inspector General looking at it as well?
And I have asked the Inspector General to take a look at this.
Any idea when they're going to talk to these 13 people since you have it? Have you talked to, how about you personally? Have you talked to any of these 13 people?
I have not talked to them.
You have not talked to any of them?
I have an entire team that focuses on this investigation, and that's what they're doing.
Seems to me it's part of a mindset that's in government. And this is the scary part, because I think it's broader. And you don't have to take my word. Take it what people have said. I mean, this reminds me, we've talked about this many times, but I can think of, well, actually the same person, let's go back to that. The same person who said that this likely received very clear guidance, this other FEMA official also said this: I have heard from other entities who were serving in North Carolina that there was clear guidance to be mindful, quote, of the types of people who are in Western North Carolina. That's pretty derogatory stuff there, isn't it?
I have not seen any.
But you know what it sounds like? It sounds like Peter Strzok. Peter Strzok, when he said, oh, I just went into Walmart, I can smell the Trump supporters. Sounds like Joe Biden when he said, oh, the garbage I see is the Trump supporters out there. Sounds like the guys the Democrats had, the professor the Democrats had testify back in 2019 in the impeachment. Conservatives, especially very conservative people, tend to spread out, perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves. This disdain, this mindset that's in the government where everyone's deplorable, everyone's garbage, everyone is, smelly people at Walmart, and oh, be mindful of those people in Western North Carolina. That's what it sounds like. And again, the best evidence is the text message we have, which reinforces that mindset that we have seen from so many people in our government.
The actions directed by Ms. Washington are unacceptable. And when I received this text message, I directed her termination.
Do you have any idea who this other, who this other official is?
I do not. And if you have that information, Congressman, please share it.
I don't have it. You're the one who's got it. You're the one who hasn't talked to the 13 people on the text message.
It has not been raised to me.
All right. I think, Chairman, I yield back.
Okay. Man, I told y'all that was absolutely just insane. So insane to me that anyone would send that out as a text message. But could it be that we have normalized that kind of language, not just in the U.S. government, but all the way across the left side? Maybe it originated with the government. I mean, let's hold the people that should be responsible for this kind of language. But the fact that, anytime Trump says anything, they attack. But someone on the left says something about Trump supporters, and everyone's all like, well, maybe a little too far, but I mean, they're right. Why? Why is that okay? Why is there such a double standard between the left and the right? And guys, I gotta say, and I think this statement, I think it's true. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this, but I think that the hate generated on the left towards the right far outweighs currently the hate on the right directed towards the left. What I mean is that I think that there's more hate speech generated in the left right now than over on the right. Because, see, every time a Republican wants to stand up for a value or a virtue or a standard, they're called out for hate speech. But on the left, people are literally texting hate speech. And it's being swept under the rug. And yeah, I mean, of course, this director fired this person, right? This administrator, Deanne Criswell. She fires the person, but then she's going before Congress, right? She's going before this House Oversight Committee, and she doesn't even think, maybe I should talk to the people that were associated with it. She didn't even talk to Washington's supervisor. Insanity to me. And really, it's just more evidence of a bloated government. What you've got a combination of a bloated government that hates over half of the citizens that it serves. Wow. If you disagree with me on this, let me know down in the comments, guys. But my goodness, we keep seeing incidents over and over and over and over again. And for a party that has built itself on this word tolerance, they are generating a lot of hate speech. And look at all the negative stuff that came out about Trump if he won. And then as soon as he wins, Biden's like, invite him over to the White House. No. A day before the election, this was Hitler. A day before the election, this was Stalin. A day before the election, this was the end of the world. But the day after the election, it's okay, guys. We're going to be all right. Trump's the next president of the United States. Doesn't make sense to me. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Definitely helps out the channel, helps out the algorithm, and every single one of those likes that y'all leave, guys, I appreciate everyone. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you really think about all this, guys. And subscribe. And guys, I want to end with this comment, and that is, there's a lot of hate being generated in the world right now. We've got to make sure that we aren't part of the problem, okay? It's very easy to hate those that hate us, right? It's very easy to fight fire with fire. But we've got to stand up and do the right thing and understand that today we've got to bring America together, okay? We're going to stand up for our values. We're going to stand up for what's right. We're going to stand for our standards, for the truths that we believe in. But we're not going to come down to their level of hatred. We've got to show an example of how to be an adult and disagree on issues and still be able to have some kind of relationship and not paint every single person that votes for the other party as a diabolical enemy that is garbage and trash and should be ended. All right, that's all for me today, guys. Again, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you again tomorrow with another one. Take it easy and peace.